What's up, family? Cliche here at Closing Open Wounds. Welcome or welcome back. Can we talk about something, guys? Can we talk about it? Y'all know I'm a love bug. I'm working from home today. I haven't been home in a month, so I got all types of devices around. I got my work laptop, my personal laptop. If you guys saw behind the scenes, you'd be like, girl, what you got going on? But can we talk about something today? Can we talk about love today? Can we talk about love and the fear of love? There are people that actually fear being in love. It's not always fear of commitment or not being non-committal. In my experience or my, let's say, revelation of things, that most times fear is the lowest common denominator in any situation. It's either fear, which also, breaks down to rejection, right? So fear and rejection, to me, they're cousins, right? They work hand in hand. Matter of fact, they're brother and sister, and they work hand in hand to keep us from the love that God has for us, right? And it's sad. Excuse me. It's sad and it's unfortunate. Why? Because if you're fearful of getting in relationships, which we are created for relationships, you know that, right? The Bible clearly, notes that man should not, it's not good for man to be alone, right? It's not good for man to be alone. Like, we are created for companionship. That's how God created us. He created us to have relationships. We grow in relationships, even the bad ones, especially the bad ones. We grow in those relationships. We learn who we are. We learn who people are. We know and we learn what to do, what not to do. So nothing goes to waste. Relationships matter, all of them. There's not anyone that you have met for no reason at all. There's always a reason. There's always a lesson to be learned. Okay, we have lessons and blessings. That's it when it comes to love and relationships. But what I find very disheartening, I'll say, is that when you have someone that is fearful of love and companionship or intimacy, even if they do love you, they don't love you to their fullest extent. It's a little pragmatic, if you ask me. But they can't. It's like they always have this little reserve to, waiting for the other shoe to drop. So if you have a fear of love, you have a fear of falling in love, if you have a fear of giving your all because you're afraid that, if you love and give them everything, they will hurt you. That means you're reserving a part of you. That means you're not showing up 100%. And then when you don't show up 100% and you don't get the results that you want, then you're mad. But did you give everything? Now, I'm not talking about in unhealthy relationships, toxic relationships, narcissistic people. I'm not saying in those. I'm talking about wholesome, healthy people that want to love you, right? You have someone that is worthy of your love. Not perfect, but worthy of your love, and you still have reserve. You still restrain. You still refrain from giving all that you can because of fear and rejection. We need to dig deep. We need to cut down into the layers of what is really going on here. Now, some people will not give you love because they don't have the capacity to. They have not healed from childhood traumas or just different traumas in general. So some people can't give you what they don't have. Okay. And some people can, but they refuse to. Now, they could be refusing because they want to give their love to someone else. It's possible. And I don't recommend anyone to be a placeholder. You have to understand there is nothing that you can do to make someone love you, to make someone see you, to make someone recognize the benefit of them, having you in their lives. They don't understand that. And in those situations, yes, my love, we have to move around. But there are, I believe, some people who are genuine and who are wholesome and loving, but they're just afraid to love you. And that's going to be a decision, that you're going to have to make, whether to leave or to stay. And it's frustrating. You guys know, I only talk about things that I have personally experienced myself. There have been people that I have loved, dearly, and have had to walk away from. Because even though I'm willing to give love, not everyone knows how to receive love. And then love doesn't always feel good. Love isn't always sunshine and rainbows and unicorns. Sometimes love is showing you and saying, hey, this isn't right what you're doing. And this, in fact, is hurting me. So I want to speak to the fear. I want to speak to the rejection, of this. And encourage you, if you do have someone that is willing to love you and that you indeed actually love, then give them a chance to love you. This world seems to be running out of good people. And I have to say this. I didn't want to say this, but I have to say this. If you are holding on to someone and you know that you don't intend on loving them fully and you're just keeping them as a placeholder, don't do that. God takes care of good people, for one. You don't want to do that because it's not going to end well, in my opinion. And beware. Like I said, don't be anyone's placeholder. If you think that you're just taking up space in someone's life and they're not adding to you, they're not putting in, they're not investing in you, then as hard as it is to accept, you're just not for that person. I don't know. I don't know what people expect anymore. They expect you to stay around while they half-hearted love you, give you breadcrumbs and gaslight you and everything. And this world is truly being more and more narcissistic. We all have our narcissistic ways, but there are people who are really taking it up there. Like they're taking it to the max. And it's hard because, again, you may love this person. It's really, really sad. And this is what's been on my heart and my mind. If you're fearful of love, then stay out of the game. Like, if I love someone and you say you love me, then I expect the same energy. Like, I understand we're all on different levels when it comes to love and how we express love and everything like that. I get that. But if you say you love me and I love you, then I'm expecting you to show up. Because if you're not going to show up, then you might as well just move around. There's a difference between someone actually choosing you and someone just, having you around as an option. I'm not anyone's option. You're not anybody's option. I'd rather stay single. So this is probably confirmation for somebody, and it is not the most happiest thing and the most delightful thing you want to hear. I get it. But, sometimes people need to be taught with your absence. Some people just won't get it no matter how long you stay around, no matter how available you are, no matter how much you do for them. Some people don't want it. Oh, I'm just afraid. I want to let go, but I can't. And you know what? We're just too old. At some point, it's just like life is too short. Pick someone to love and sit down. Like, seriously. Yeah. After everything that I've been through, I thank the Lord that I can still show up and be loving. If I didn't tell you what I've been through, you probably wouldn't know because of how I show up and love you, And I thank God for that I've been through the fire and I don't smell like smoke. I thank God for that. All glory to God. I'm excited about what God has for me. So, in order to obtain what God has for you, we do have to discard what is not for us. And that is very, very hard. I think it's one of the hardest things to do is to leave someone that you love with all of your heart. To recognize that you want different things or they can't show up for you like you need. They can't do it or they won't do it, whatever. They're not doing it, right? And one of the hardest things is to move on from that when, you love them. So I'm praying that we all get the courage that we need to live the life that God has for us, because God knows. God is perfect. He knows who's for us and who isn't. And I'm not saying that every relationship that you encounter that, it will be easy. Like the person that God has for you, it will be an easy, walk in the park. But the person that God has for you, I firmly believe will choose you, that you will not have to work for. You won't have to do much for. You won't have to prove yourself to that person. They will see you and they will act. Especially, from a man's standpoint, men are supposed to be historically natural born hunters and leaders, and they go and possess the land. The man that comes in my life, I need him to know who I am. I need God. God will have revealed that to him. And there is no question that, the value that I will bring to his life. So he's not going to let another man come through and take the blessing that God has ordained for him. When that man shows up, he's going to have to be certain. There's going to be a level of dominance. Okay. There's going to be a certain level of masculinity, and he will come and get me, and he will not be unsure. Like, oh, I don't know. And well, let's see how it goes. Then you're not him. Move around. And it's okay. That's what women are looking for, especially at my age. You're in your 40s, 10-1, you've been holding it down on your own, and you've been doing the thing. You don't want someone that is uncertain about you. And even for the men, when it comes to women, you don't want a woman that doesn't know the king in you. You don't want a woman who doesn't respect or see your value. You don't want a woman that won't submit to you. The woman that God has for you, you won't have to chase her down. I mean, you might have to persuade her a little bit because, we've been sought after. Y'all know I've been divorced a few times. Men have said, oh, God has you for me and yada, 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 yada. And unfortunately, I done fell for the okie doke, So yeah, you might have to, you will have to pursue her, but everybody has options. Whether you're male or female, you want someone that chooses you. At the end of the day, you want someone that says, this is the person who I want, and this is who God has for me, and they want me too. So let's do life and do love and do ministry together. That's it. You can't be afraid of love. Yes, my love will challenge you. Yes, love will challenge you to be better, to do better, to make better decisions. My love will challenge you. You have to consider me. That's love. One of the highest forms of love is consideration. If you don't have any consideration for my feelings or my well-being, then move around, And again, whether you're male or female, we can't keep falling for the potential of people. You have to be who you say you are. You can't give me a check and then when I go cash it, it bounce, and then you mad because I'm leaving. You have to be your authentic self. You have to say who you are. I don't have time for that, and you have to be certain in who you are. Like, you really have to know who you are, because I'm gonna challenge you on that. You can't say you love me and, disregard me or not invest in me or not want to see me or not want to build a life with me. I'm sorry, no. Okay. And that's just where I'm at, man. That's just where we are. These are the conversations I have with my colleagues. Guys, I know you're like, where is she getting this stuff from? Listen, everyone that knows me knows I'm a content creator, and there's just different things that we talk about that needs to be talked about. I think especially when it comes to dating, people are tired. Just be who you say that you are. I'm not expecting you to be this grandiose person. Like, I'm not expecting all of that. If I fall in love with someone, I fall in love with who you are, who you say that you are. And that hasn't gotten me very far in life. So now I'm just like, okay, I want to see what you do. What you do is who you are. What you do is who you are. And that's it. I'm tired. People are tired. We're tired of being lied to. We're tired of the false advertisement, So if you're going to love, love. And if you're not, then get up from the table. Because people are serious about their life and who they love and who they decide to spend their future with. Okay? But I love you guys. Hopefully you got something out of this. I'm praying that we all find our person. And that's it. I love you guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I will not ask you for money. I will not ask you for anything like that. The only thing I am asking is that you like, you share, and you subscribe. Put on your notifications so you know when your girl has uploaded a new video, so you don't miss a moment of what we are doing. Help me grow this baby. Okay? I love you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.